Do you remember a few years ago when, for some reason, mostly because of Minecraft, games that involved voxels or cubes were kind of popular? At the time, I only had my father PC and I had to share it with my brother. I usually played with that PC video games that had to be pretty much light on the hardware since the computer wasn't powerful. And between Left 4 Dead 2 and FTL Faster Than Light, the one game that shined for me the most was Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades, for those who never played it, is a really simple voxel-based FPS with classes. Looking in retrospection, the game wasn't original at all, but it had this amazing feature going on, the ability to destroy or deploy cubes or structures that made you interact with your surroundings, making it a fundamental part of the gameplay itself. It was basically Minecraft, but with a variety of guns and simple objectives, according to the game. All pretty simple and ordinary stuff for an FPS, you might say, but that was all I needed at the time to have a lot of fun. However, after getting my own PC and having moved to a different genre of games, I never really went back to check how the game was holding up. Not until 2 months ago. Just before Christmas, being kind of bored and not knowing which game to choose to pass the time, I crossed over Ace of Spades and thought to myself, you know what, let's play it. It's been a while, but I bet it's gonna be hella fun. What an enormous mistake I made that day. Right after you start the game and get in one of the few servers that still have players in it, you suddenly notice something is really wrong. Your ability to look around and aim, which in FPS somebody might say could be a little bit relevant feature, is completely impaled. So this is the game in 2018. Look at the server's browser now. The servers are completely empty and there are only 8 players total in Europe, at least. So Double Dragon, which was a pretty good map to say the least, and there were like 2 players now. How you can see now the classes are now 6 with the specialist and the medic. But the good ones I think were the marksman, which was pretty fun to play with, or the engineer when he had before the last update they made in like 2014. As you can see, it's not possible to aim. It's completely impossible to aim. You can see you start to stutter when you start to aim. Now it doesn't show really much, but it doesn't seem like that. If you see, I'm trying to move the mouse pretty fast. I'm not really able to do that. You know, I have to be pretty steady to get something that seems fluid, but it is not at all. And the feeling you get when you're playing the game is awful. It's completely awful. I'm kind of raging and trying to find somebody, but I'm not finding anybody. It's kind of sad because I really loved that game. I really loved playing this game. It was really refreshing. It was my... how can I say that? It was the part of the day that I enjoyed the most when I didn't find any good games on CSGO or I didn't find funny anything else. I always went back. So now the only 2 players that were on the team disconnected, so I had to change the server. I tried to join the other one, the only one that had 5 players on it, which had the zombie mode they introduced, I think, in the second half of the game, through the game, which was pretty bad, I gotta say. It wasn't really original, it wasn't really adding anything else. I'm not even able, in this, as you can see in this gameplay, to aim properly as a zombie. You don't even have guns, but it's really difficult to aim. And I think this is this is not how I want to remember the game, but this is how the game was and the state of the game as it is in 2018. It's kind of pretty sad. Initially, I thought the problem could have been some corrupted files, and by the way, I wish they had been, but no. It was way more of a disaster. After re-downloading the game and installing it, I found out that the issue was still there, and it felt like it got even worse. Asking in the in-game chat, I found out that the game has this issue since the infamous Windows Creators update, making the game unplayable. Immediately, I also remembered that I bought the last DLC that pulled out in January 2016, that was a complete joke for what I was able to tell at the time, adding almost nothing to the game truly relevant, like a medic and a specialist class that were pretty useless. After being really disappointed and after telling my personal experience, I suggest that you don't buy this game anymore, since Jagex, however it's pronounced, doesn't seem any more interest in this FPS, more than adding inconsistent DLC just to get some money back, without fixing the game at all. This was everything I felt I needed to say about this once beautiful game, and I hope you enjoyed the video at least a little bit. If you have any ideas or more precise information about this topic, feel free to comment down below. And also, feel free to comment also my quick skills and tell me on what I should improve to get better and get first every time. So, to wrap this up, there was 5x, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. See ya!
Operation is running smooth. Sometimes the world doesn't need another hero. It needs a monster. Sleep tight. In the air. Nothing and everything makes sense. You shoot with it. Too painful to be a dream. Too real. Coming at you. Sons of bitches. Operation is running smooth as silk. Bastards, why are you torturing me like this? Stopwatch. My kingdom's finally come. It's good. with it. Coming at you. Surrender is not an option. Operation is running smooth. Closed. Gotta find another way home.
Incoming quadrant. First place.